Hello, everyone. Welcome to Silver, and of course, we got our second mystery race of tonight. Then, well, not tonight, of the week. Then, and I'm not gonna let you guys stand on ceremony anymore, Mr. Wade. It is time to get the wheel thing spinning. We have got Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Miami, just like last night. Then, of course, said so. We're going to do two spins. The final spin, two spins, and the two circuits off the wheel will not be raced that night. The final one left, the last man standing, last circuit standing, will not be raced tonight. And it is Bahrain first. So Bahrain is off the wheel. We're not racing in Bahrain tonight, which is probably sad for a lot of drivers, because I was seeing Ultimate Beast wanted Bahrain. So Bahrain is not going to be it's not going to be raced here tonight. Then, yeah, boy, says our Paula. Which circuit is next off the wheel? And it is Saudi Arabia. So we are not racing Saudi Arabia. We are racing at Miami then. And, well, this is good. Miami Flippy Kong is not happy. It is Miami then to start us on our journey then for round 4 of the World Championship here. Or was it round 5? It's round 4 of the championship here in ALR. Now, thank you very much for joining us as well. And that was absolutely, well, I love this wheel spinning thing. We have so many people that come into the lobby. It is fantastic stuff indeed. Join us after the break where we'll be in action for the qualifying session in Silver. I'm making my money tonight. Goodness gracious me! I've also taken my clothes off as well, so this better be a good stream. Otherwise, I'm going to freeze off hypothermia. What we ain't going to freeze off hypothermia though is here tonight in Miami. Then of course it is where the sun is on and Will Smith gets singing and jiggy and all that kind of stuff. But it is Miami then, and this is the scene of round number 4 of the World Championship. Then let's take a look at the drivers and constructors then before anyone gets out on circuit. And it is just too good to miss. It will be Kian who takes the lead. He has not won a race, I don't think, yet so far this season. However, is leading by 15 points and from second place are to beat. To beat Delando in third position in the Alpine car. Jay Hinks in fourth position in the second Red Bull. Red Bull started off so strong at the moment. You'll see in the constructors of how strong as well. Nameless up into fifth position with a great Grand Prix win last time out in the land of the rising sun. Kiki in sixth position with Nigel and Seth. McLaren have started off strong, but they have dipped back ever so slightly. Vestier in eighth position with Camaro in ninth, and Gordo completes the top 10. Favre and Brooksy and Irvine all on 6 points. Have 4 points for Riley, 3 points for Mr. Rage, and Metro on Av on 1 point. Justify, Reflections, Kaidan and Marsky are yet to score in the Constructors' Championship. Thank you very much, Bessie. In the Constructors' Championship, it is Red Bull leading the way with Aston Martin a second. 25 points separates the two constructors at the moment. That's almost a Grand Prix win. Alpino in third on 39 points, 34 points from the McLaren, and then there's a big old gap of about 18 points separates the Williams and the McLaren team. Williams on 18, 16 for the Ferrari. Mercedes on 15, 6 points for Kick Sauber, 1 point for RB, 0 points so far for the Haas team then. So, and Haas, I think, got a reserve driver in as well. What does that mean? Anyone who's new to Grand Prix racing, or ALR Grand Prix racing anyway, is of course reserve drivers are not eligible to score that. Dry, says Farfed. Just say I don't like Miami, laugh out loud, but hopefully Silver doesn't get, Bronze doesn't get to Miami tomorrow night. To be fair, it doesn't matter what track I get tomorrow, I'm screwed, basically. So yeah, to be honest, I actually wouldn't mind Bahrain, to be honest. I think out of all the tracks, and that would be quite cool if we get Bahrain, because we would have 3 different tracks, wouldn't we? And it's like the ALR admins planned it, didn't they? If only. Of course, we hadn't that, sadly, we hadn't that... we ain't not organised, which is unfortunate. But as we come down the back straight then, need to leave. I don't have a reason yet, says R2 Beat then, as Ultimate Beast is not happy then. Miami, whoop whoop, says Marsky as well. Haha, that's awesome. Now everyone's going to Centenania, turn 1 now then. Hello to Browers then, and also go out pimping R2 Beat then. Of course, pimping ain't easy though, as the Godfather used to say, if anyone watched WWE back in the day. Riley then going down into turn 1. Of course, this is is a car park, really, isn't it? Of course, if everyone remembers the Caesar Palace Grand Prix in 81 and 82. Of course, that was probably one of the worst circuits of all time in Formula One. I think, luckily, this is a much better circuit than... Whoa, Riley's back end trying to overtake the front there. This is a much better circuit than what it was there. But potentially you might have you have a lot of people out there which will also say it's probably one of the worst circuits on the game. No, that's the general consensus anyway, whether you agree with that or not remains to be seen. By the way, I've got some sound tonight, and I didn't have the cards and the sound on last night, which is shameful behaviour, and I only noticed it when I think it was Stars that said in the interviews that they couldn't hear anyone. Of course, my audio comes out of my TV, and I've usually have my TV right down to a minimum sound, so you don't hear the cars go brum brum in the background. Don't be silly, Sean, you're going to storm through and win the championship. I absolutely am. I'd just like to make it more interesting for everyone. His Ultimate Beast is out of qualifying now. I'm just holding back at the moment. I'm also probably holding back. Goodness me, I can barely get out of the garage. Riley coming down into the big stop of turn 18, I think that is, isn't it? Or 17, then 18 and 19 completes it. As course, a lot of the team's kits are in the Hard Rock Stadium, which is pretty cool. It's a 27 for 2 for Riley, who's normally the first driver out, isn't he? Which is cool stuff. I was going to compare Riley to who used to be out on circuit quite early in qualifying back in the day. I was going to say Mark Shade, but I don't want to say that because Riley may not be too happy with me on that. But having said that, Mark Shade did get some good points for the Williams team when he subbed in. Nameless has gone as fast as said. Of course, Nameless on a bit of a good run of form now. What I say is that, and then Delando is through and gets fastest by 0.3 of a second now. My word, then we're starting off absolutely incredible. So, got first league race Friday, dreading it. Brad saying, "Good luck, my good man." To be fair, my first ever league race, which was almost 20 years ago now, goodness me. Reflection slows at the time runner so far. My first league race, I was absolutely bricking it. I think I did my first league race in Hockenheim. That's how long ago it was, in the beautiful Golden Haas, I think it was. On board with Kiki at the moment. Now, Kiki, I'm not sure if he'd be happy or not about the season so far. I think he would be disappointed because Kiki has a lot of talent, but just as you can see right there, and that underlines the talent there from Kiki, but unfortunately just unable to deliver on race day. Well, even though race time, I should say. Yeah, my first league race, I think it was in SNRS, I believe. Goodness me, way back in the day. I'm sure Farf racing there as well. Yeah, I did absolutely appalling. I was actually very slow. But good luck to you, Brez. You're a much more capable driver than I will ever be. Across the line there comes Marsky, second slowest time runner so far. Jay Hings there, of course. At the moment, remember we was talking about Smithfield Mighty's incredible constructors run at the moment there. Undefeated in the constructors campaign. See 2 constructors championships in his pocket already. As we're just watching R2B. That's a great first sector. I love that first sector. It's absolutely fantastic. Andretti Cadillac. Yes, indeed. Let's talk about that, shall we? Because that's actually where the... no, I'm joking. Well, I've got nothing to say on Andretti and Cadillac tonight. However, didn't the story start off with Andretti and Cadillac back in 2022 around here, where Michael Andretti went around and was asking team bosses to sign a petition to let him in F1, which didn't go down too well, did it? I must admit, Michael Andretti it was a bit abrupt there, wasn't he, on the on some of the team bosses, which probably didn't entice him to anyone. And of course, I think was it Greg Dyke that didn't like him either then, but you can't be too personal about this, can you really, as it's meant to be a business and a sport. Having said that, of course I'm going to say that because I really want more teams in F1. Personally, I reckon we should have 26 cars and 13 teams in Formula 1 myself, but there you go. I hate this track, said Bill out there. GG then. Chicken Soup Figgy, we haven't got... We haven't got Gordon in the comments just yet. He's down in 10th for the moment in the Scuderia Ferrari. Going across the line is R2 Beat 13th. Remember, R2 Beat was a Grand Prix winner in the opening stages of this championship for R2 Beat. Then did salvage a point in what was quite a horrific Japanese Grand Prix just over a week ago. Metronav and Kian it says Emma then. But yes, I apologise. Goodness me, sorry. I've had a bit of chicken tonight as well. Chicken tonight, like chicken tonight. I don't know why that song came in my head then. As Kian is going around again, I'm so sorry. Across the line, in comes Kian to start his lap now. Championship leader, bronze champion last season. Can he be the first driver in history to go bronze and silver champion? Whoa! That's a very unsteady Red Bull there. It's like a Bronco ball going through the first sector. This first sector is pretty cool, pretty good though, isn't it? I did my first league race the day in Germany. The day Germany. Oh goodness me! I thought he was being serious then as well. Keeping there coming out of turn 8. Goodness gracious me. I need to read these comments before I read them out properly, because one day you guys are going to get me to say something that will probably cancel me, which I'm surprised I wasn't cancelled. I haven't been cancelled before, to be honest, some of the stuff I have said on stream over the years. Goodness me. And there's chicken figgy, and there's chicken figgy. I don't mean Gordo, but Gordo's favourite dish. Also in the comments as well. Kianek just tackling this chicane. I really hope they don't get rid of this chicane, because does it remind you a bit like the Singapore sling, but going up instead of down? Maybe that's just me, but I like that chicane. It's horrible. It's error generator. It can cause you all kinds of problems in the race. It can cause you penalties. It can cause you invalidated laps, and that's what we need, a bit more challenge in a Grand Prix racing. Oh, excuse me. And you can see that Kian's already used a lot of deployment there, so Kian's going to have to think about his deployment on his second or third run there, because he's using too much. And only 12 fastest there for Kian there, and this is interesting then. Of course, tonight we were speaking about the random... so who's that flying past? That's Metron Ave. Farf broke out on circuit. Farf was a very unhappy camper after last week, and there was a lot of shenanigans as well as Farf decided to stay out with a broken front wing, which was his prerogative. May I remind you, of course, even though drivers have got a broken front wing, they do not need to come in the pits then, unless they get a black flag with an orange meatball in it. Or an orange disc set, but I call it meatball because let's just say I'm a bit plump, and I do like everything I see is usually food related. Down the back straight is Metron Ave now. 3 DRS zones around this circuit, so might be a lot of overtaking. Will it be as many as last night, of course, when we was in Saudi Arabia? Potentially. Potentially indeed that. But we are down the back straight now. Big break in at point there for Metron Ave. Only scored a point so far, which I'm surprised by for Metron Ave. Of course, he's been on pole position there, and I was expecting this driver here to really be a major player in the championship, but that hasn't happened so far. Tonight we'll be quarter of a way through the championship then, which is surprising, isn't it? Goodness me. Quarter of a second up, Riley is in the final sector, has gone into ninth fastest moment. Flippy making there. I'm not sure if he's making a debut actually, but lovely helmet design, fantastic stuff indeed there for Flippy. Hope he doesn't flip over those chicane now as he goes through there. Kian right down into a pretty disappointing 14th position moment now. Someone's just jumped up the order. Who was that? I think that was someone. I think it was the Duke. And the Duke is currently in 6th fastest mode now for making his second Grand Prix start. Sadly, he retired in the opening race of the season when I think he was driving the RB, I believe it was. Of course, for Duke then, it's great to have Duke in. I'd like to see Duke in a full-time seat, to be honest, but whether he can commit to that or not, I do not know. Gordo's rolled the dice here and has gone on to the medium compound tyres, and so So Gordo then obviously is unhappy with the soft tyres. Maybe the soft tyres, maybe it's too hot here in Miami. Of course, so that might be the reason why Gordo is going to the medium tyres. The soft tyres may be falling by the wayside before we get to the end of the lap. Maybe it's thermal deck around here. To be honest, I do not... Oh, and that's a lack of grip there for Gordo. Maybe he acid too much of the Ferrari and spinning the car. And unfortunately for Gordo, he's only got 7 minutes to go. And this is... he's clipped the barriers. Well, this is not ideal for Gordo. Sadly, I've also caught Gordo probably one of his... Nigel's also invalidated as well. My goodness me. They're all struggling over that chicane, aren't they? And that's what I love to see. I do love to see drivers struggle. Mr. Reasonable goes third fast. I didn't catch Gordo in his finest moment there as his 3-point turn didn't go very 3-point turny after all. Then hello to you, Indigo. You proud of me from yesterday? Absolutely. I didn't say it on stream yesterday, but I think Indigo did win driver of the day last night. Absolutely supreme drive pass, 2 races in a row there. And to be honest, if it wasn't for that late safety car, do you reckon Indigo would have got a podium? I think so. But that's a very uneducated guess. But it just felt like the Indigo was comfortable as well. And of course, 2 drivers in front of him did have a 3-second penalty for that final safety car. Nameless has gone fastest. He hasn't had a pole position yet, I do not believe. I'm telling a lie. Oh, no, he hasn't, has he? I apologise. I was looking at the wrong column there on my old spreadsheet, but Nameless is fastest out. Kiki, who's now got to wind up and let it go. 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Great lap, by the way, from Mr. Raging Bull. Whilst we've been having a look to see. Whoa, I love that first sector. Goodness me. I'm not even driving these cars, and I'm almost falling off my poof as I'm trying to go with the driver's set, go through the first sector. It's absolutely sublime stuff indeed. Who is he looking at? No, Kiki's in the pits, actually, so Kiki didn't even attempt that first split time there. As Brad, you raced really well yesterday. Absolutely. Of course, Indigo 2 races in a row now. That's really doing a great job there. Now, of course, unfortunately, I always have to bring up the bad, don't I? Because that's who I am, really. I'm kind of a glass half empty man myself. But Indigo, if he can sort out his qualifying, then potentially, do you think Indigo could be top 3 in the championship? Sam Swift Ninja, I do feel, is a cut above the rest there. I do think Immortal is starting to emerge out of that next gaggle of cars, but then after that it's anyone's ball game with Indigo, with Menace. There's so many in that gaggle there. Lucas Percy did show flashes of brilliance, but has he still got that cutting edge then for Lucas Percy? There's a lot of questions needs to be answered in gold. We do not have the answers now, and if we did have the answers now, then what's the point in watching for the rest of the season there? So luckily we don't have the answers, so away we go then. Safety car just messed his plan then. I just can't find form then, says Indigo, and Menace as well then. So Menace is a menace, isn't he? As we're just watching Camaro. I must say though, hats off there to Menace and to Sam Swift Ninja especially, because so we didn't realise on the stream, but when we was interviewing Sam Swift during the Grand Prix, Sam Swift had a damaged front wing. We thought that it was just issues with the traffic there, but it was actually Sam Swift having an extra 5 seconds onto his pit stop because of the issues with the front wing. R2B is really struggling. He's got no pace around here at the moment, as in qualifying trim anyway. Camera racer down the back straight. If only I could sort my qualifying out. Ballant, the next champ, says Serious Mushroom. At the moment, Ballant has not set a time just yet, but Serious Mushroom does have a feeling in his waters. Out of the final turn now for Camera racer, and pole position by 300ths of a second now, with 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session. So, but I think that's quite early, is it, to really roll your carpet out? That's not the right saying, but never mind, I'm going to go with that. Out to the final turn now for Kia, and then of course got only 10th fastest there for the championship leader. My gosh. Kian, my goodness me, Kian has not won a race so far this season, but he's had podium. It's about consistency. Remember, at the beginning of the season, me and Knowlesy was talking in the season review that we was very excited about Silver, because we didn't know, to be honest, we don't really know anyway about who we think is going to win it over that. I don't think we've ever had a prediction that's gone right, to be honest, but do not tell anyone else that, because we all could be out of a job. Maybe we might have to ask Farf to do the season reviews, Farf and Smithy. I think Smithy's always up for doing the season reviews, but I don't think Farf ever is, to be fair. To be honest, he's not a big talker, is he? Farf isn't, as if anyone's seen his interviews, which luckily I haven't been able to. I haven't interviewed him yet this year, and I must say I'm very happy about that indeed. Of course, I like to be biased a lot, but sometimes you have to be biased, especially when Farf's involved. Watching reflections now, I'm surprised he hasn't given me a race ban yet for bronze. It's coming on the back straight there, which is anything but a straight then. As we're threading the eye of the needle, dare I say, is it similar to Russia and Valencia around this part of the circuit? No, Elen Sean, you're just talking absolute baloney again. Reflections are locking up the inside left tyre there. Reflections down in down in 18th position there on a 27.999. Hopefully he doesn't have to dial any emergency services and can get himself up the order. Look at that car, so unstable through that chicane. That's where it can win and lose you time there, and time is of the essence for all these drivers with 1 2/4 minutes to go. The league is more competitive than Mad Muller's F1 2002 breakfast lobby. Goodness me, I don't know what that is. Hopefully you can let me know what that is, because I'm really intrigued now. Maybe I'm just an uneducated swine potentially. Reflections is anything but uneducated, but is he got the pace across the line? Only 17th for the Haas driver. My goodness me, there's a lot of drivers that are struggling now. I'm not sure if they're struggling with tyres, struggling with the lack of practice, or struggling with just lack of one lap pace potential there. Delando's attempted his final lap now for about 17 seconds ago. Metronav better than Kian then, as coming down the order then. Metronav is faster than you, Kian, as wow. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, and Metronav is in the wall. That is the comments curse. That's not me. So Serious Mushroom and Araza, unfortunately, you will have to be sin bin for that, because that was awful time in there on the comment section. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to be honest, if I was Metron, I'll be fuming, especially that Serious Mushroom. So Marsky, what's happened? Marsky's, oh no, it isn't that chicane then, which has been very precarious in the 18 minutes of this session so far. Marsky is out to qualify. He'll be behind the champion, Ultimate Beast, who's a Super Summon again in the Ferrari. You read it, says there's absolutely good point now. Point well made there. Maybe I should wind my neck. Kiki on his final lap then. Delando is on the is coming up to. Oh, and Delando's made a mistake as well. They're dropping like flies here. Flippy. Great time so far. Well, no, he's up to 5th finish now. Flippy is. Camera Racer down the back straight. Then he's got 8400 a second down. So we're just watching. Who am I watching? I'm looking for a bright blue car. Who am I looking for? I'm looking for Riley's in 12th finish at the moment. The checker flag is full on for Kian, for Metronav, for R2B, and for Camera Racers currently on pole position, which I've missed that. Riley has gone 10th fastest there. Riley has then, and that's a good time indeed there for Riley. Mr. Ranger bought 84 a second down. Has he found any time? No, he hasn't in the Mercedes. He stays 6th fastest in the end there. Oh my goodness, gracious me then. Kiki's in the pit. Delando's in the pits. What about Nameless? Nameless then is on the back straight now. So Nameless, what he can do. What about the Duke? Duke is 2/10 a second up there in the second sector time. That's a great time indeed there for the Duke. As across the line then comes the Duke now in the Haas car. Across the line going to 5th fastest. Mega stuff from Duke. Brilliant indeed there. And goes on to the 3rd row of the grid there. Magnificent stuff indeed that is. Kiki has just come around the final couple of corners and Nigel's gone into 14th fastest. Farf coming around the final turn as well for Farf. Farf across the line and Farf goes 12th fastest and Gordo is in 15th position moment. What about Nameless? Nameless is 3/10 a second down and it's going to abandon his time. So it's Camera Racer on pole position there for the Miami Grand Prix here in this mystical mystery race. And why is it mystical, Sean? I do not know. But it's Camera Racer on pole position then in the Mercedes-Benz and that's Camera's first pole position of the season there. Mega stuff indeed for the Mercedes driver. And let me just check to see how many pole positions that Camaro's on now, because Camaro's really racking up these pole positions in silver. That's his 3rd pole position of his career for Camaro Racer. Legendary stuff for the Mercedes driver. Now, can he keep that going into turn 1? And it's a short run into turn 1. Bellant down in 18th position there. Marsky, the man who was runner-up in bronze last season, a horror show start to his silver career. Unfortunately, parked in a dangerous location down in 20th. Sadly there, with Ultimate Beast in 19th, who's been banned from qualifying. Of course, the silver champion. Of course, the silver champion is meant to go up into gold, but sadly, Beast couldn't race in gold then. But is in Super Summon tonight. And Camera Racer, 3rd pole position of his career, 1st of the season, with Nameless alongside him on row 1. We've had 3 different pole sitters in the first 4 races. Fantastic. With Nameless a 2nd, and Kiki, who was on pole position for the 1st and 3rd round, is 3rd on the grid. Then, ooh, my word. GG Camaro says Beast then. Camaro says Equal said good times these to be fair. It's lovely stuff. Metron app is faster than Kian there. Unfortunately for Alvalsa then, I apologise if I'm ruining all your names. Let's be honest. So I have the reading age of a 5-year-old, and even then I think my nephew actually has a better reading age than me to be fair as well. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? I'm not going to sing that. I must admit, I don't really know. I know it's a song, but I have no idea who sang it or anything like that. But yeah, every time I say Kiki, I think it was Indigo Gurman, and I'm sure it was Keza that started that sing song in the comment section. Key not first, he might survive, says Serious Mushroom. It's not a long run down into turn one. Of course, Serious Mushroom is pointing out that Kiki has had a bit of a difficult couple of races. He's been on the podium, but he has not won a race there, and only getting a point in Australia, and only getting 7th position in Japan there. So Serious Mushroom pointing that out. Kiki, not me. I just elaborated on what Serious Mushroom was saying there. Oh, goodness me. We're already on formation lap there. I was trying to take a quick swig of me drink there. No soft tyres here tonight, but they get this a different race, Sean, so calm down. Yes, it is the medium and the hard tyres. That's the problem with doing different races, because now then I was going to look smart for the silver viewers after watching the last night's race, but sadly we was in a completely different location. We're in the opposite end of the world, basically, aren't we? Camaro, pole position for the 3rd time of his career in silver. Delando on the hard tyres. Hard tyres from Mr. Rage and Bull. Great qualifying for Mr. Rage. Far from the hard tyres as well. That is going to send shiver down the spines of a lot of drivers. And reflections also on the hard tyres as well. We have also got, and of course, Bessier and Farfa. I thought that they were doing a really good team tactics halfway through the race. And Farfa even said it as well. But then, unfortunately, Bessier and Farfa collided in the Kobayashi hairpin. And it all went peaked on it. Stop blaming Sean. I thought we were friends. Yeah, I apologise, sir. I think I've had too much Monster. So I'll blame someone else. Don't worry, Far's in the lobby, so I'll probably blame him. Or I'll blame Smithy Almighty then. But actually, I better not, because he's my admin. To be honest, actually, all the admins are my admins, really, aren't they, if I think about it. Of course, we've got a total line in bronze, and in gold and silver as well. I don't know who I'm going to blame. I'll find someone to blame now. Camera racer then trying to warm up those tires. Let's go through the grid, shall we? I mean, I've only got 3 corners to go, but let's see how we go. Camera racer pole positioning for the 3rd time in his career. 2nd is Nameless. Winner last time out in Japan, and can he do that again then? Great race in Japan last week. I enjoyed it. 3rd position is Kiki. Can Kiki have a clean pair of heels and get a good result here tonight? Delando, of course, missed last week, I believe, but in 4th position now. The Duke in 5th position. Great time there. Flippy making their debut. I'm not sure if they are, to be honest. I recognise that name. 7th position is Mr. Rage and Bull. Jay Hinks down in 8th position. Metron have making a mistake in 9th with Riley completing the top 10. The 2 Willy boys in 11th and 12th position now. Of course, they're not the best of friends, are they? Especially after what happened. Kian, the big story in qualifying, down in 13th position. No pace there from the championship leader. Nigel, former world champion this level, in 14th position. Gordo, 15th. Reflection, 16th. R2 beat 17th. Billant in 18th position. The Beast in 19th, and Marvsky, who was parking in a dangerous location, in 20th position. Metran will get torpedoed at the start. Goodness me. To be honest, I don't think he's near far if he is. I apologise. Right, the lights are coming on, then they'll come on one at a time, and then there'll be a pause of a random time, and then there'll be lights out. We'll go here in Miami, and it's a short run down into turn 1. Camarosi kept the lead. He has indeed that. And look at that then. And the big lockups there when the RBs are going into the back of the house, but Duke has somehow kept it going there. Flippy and Jay Hinks, goodness me, how they kept around there. And far from doing his usual electric starts off the grid there. Number 10 finished already, far from there. Riley is down into 9th, it's up into 9th, I should say. Far from 2 positions there. And sadly, Bill and Drum down 2 positions. Nigel getting past Gordo as well. And what was that? I'm sure, did I see a car go wide then? Someone was having a handful of luck then. As far from Riley then, and banging wheels then on the back straight. No DRS yet. There'll be DRS available at the end of this straight then. So let's see then who has got lower downforce as Vessier is trying to fend off the championship leader of Kian there. Kian's going to be on the outside here. Goodness me, they're all condensing up then. Vessier going right down the inside there, but as Kian's going to go on the outside. Who is that off? I think that is Vessier who's gone off the circuit ever so slightly. I don't think he damaged the car. Vessier's inside Gordo. That is not good. So what is going on here? There's a bit of a parking lot then out of that over the underpass. Goodness me. As now then we're coming onto the back straight as well. And goodness gracious me, Vessier is still, there's a ghost in Ferrari there. I think that I'm not sure if that's Gordo obese, but my word, that is surely illegal. And now then as we go into the hairpin of 17, and there's a kick Sauber going on the inside, and that is Gordo that is spun, and it's dropped right to the back of the field then. Lap 1 completed, 9/10 a second. Camera is absolutely flown away so far. My word then, and we got the race strategies then. A bit late there, Mr. Director, but better late than never, I always say. But Flippy is absolutely flipping fast at the moment there in 6th position, on board of him now. Well, just as I say that, oh my goodness me, they're not shy in the first sector, are they? I must admit, I'm very... it's getting kind of hectic, says Serious Mushroom there. It certainly is as well. And Serious Mushroom also mentioned if anyone goes soft, that they need a slap with a fish. Silver for you said Brooksy then, as it was getting very chaotic indeed then. Nigel's now into 3 positions there. Up 6 is the Beast. And here is the Beast now. He's on the prow. It's the Beast. And my goodness gracious me. And on the medium tires, the Beast is now up into 11th position there. And passes. And now Williams almost into the back there. And Nigel's going to have to fend off Vessier, but Vessier's going to sneak through by the skin of his nose cone here. He has, as Vessier gives the McLaren just about a car's width. Oh, there's contact in the background between Riley and Nigel, as it is getting very condensed there. Riley has dropped down the order, unfortunately. Marsky's now in front of him as well. Well, so it's a bit laid back at the front of the field. At the back, it's anything but. Now DRS is available, and Farfair on those hard tyres are not going to be able to repel the attack for too much longer. Delando's done a great job to keep his 4th position there after the start, and also well done to Mr. Raging Bull as well. Farfair usually is a great starter, as is Mr. Beast, because Mr. Beast, the ultimate Beast, and he is now up into 11th position. Make that 10th. Farfair sneaks past, and DRS down to turn 1. Farfair leaning on Metronav. Metronav has been pinched there and lost 2 positions from there, as Farfair's very brutal then in stamping on the toes there of the RB. Can Metronav come back at him? No, he can't. Then Beast there on that 3 has gone from 19th up into 10th position already. Absolutely flying through the field. Riley is in the pits. I got onto the hard tyres. Riley's going to need a safety car, unfortunately, to get himself back into this one. Farf will have no DRS, though, because Farf is 2 seconds away, as we've got a lot of overtaking at the front. I apologise. We're going to have to go to here. And Kiki is down to 4th position. Camera Racer has lost out, and all now Nameless there, cutting across him. Takes that position there. Ultimate Beast is through as well. Farf is still in 10th position at the moment. There's Farf is becoming the star of the show at the moment. Back at the front, Nameless leads there, going for 2 wins in 2 races there from Nameless, which will get his championship hopes back on track then after an appalling start. A lovely shot. I love this shot, by the way, from the... oh, never mind then, as the director has decided to go off board then. Here's Flippy, and my goodness me, Flippy is very eager then to really show his might in this race there. At the inside then of Duke. Duke has left the door open, and Kiki just in front of us as well, as that is a passable position, and of course it gets very pinchy on the exit, but Flippy gives the Haas driver just about a car's width, and that's all you can ask for in Grand Prix racing there. And no quarter asked, no quarter given, is Martin Brundle used to say back in the 90s. Oh, that's a bit of rear guard action there from Flippy onto the back of Kiki. Goodness gracious me. Ooh. No, just got past Morsky, or up in contact, and unfortunately, how is Nigel Cole? Yes, now it's unfortunately Nigel's backed into the wall as well. That may be damage to the, and that's going to be damage to the rear car, but the real part of the car, and that might be, it's just, my goodness me, and what's going on here? Kiki has fended off Flippy just about, and then Jay Hings is also in 4th as well, and there is Jay Hings, the Haas of Duke, then has dropped down into 7th there, as who's got DRS then? The Haas has, and now RB as well then, as unfortunately for Nigel, he's got major major damage there. He's got to go to the pits and into, oh my word. And Flippy has gone into fourth position. Look at that, they have lost a second and a half now, unfortunately, to Flippy, which means, not to Flippy, to Delando. Now then the top three have broken away. There they are. Then it is Flippy, Kiki, Jay Hings and Duke at 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th there. Down the back straight we go once again then. Bro, says Almar then. So not happy at all then. There's Metron up in the 11th position. Where's the championship leader? The championship leader is down in 15th position. No pace there for Kian. As Kiki is back up into 4th position there. It's getting very hairy and scared. Nigel almost held that too. He did. I thought he held that, to be honest. I thought it was a great recovery there from Nigel, but sadly he just lost it at the very end there, which is unfortunate. And here's Nigel's teammate then, Kiki, and here's Flippy down the inside, track position. No, not quite, because Kiki is not having any of it there, and it's not giving up this position there. But the more they fight, the more they lose time then. But of course, this is, of course, you don't wave each other through. This is Grand Prix racing at its absolute best then, albeit all the strategical guys on the pit wall and in the comments as well is pulling their hair out, because this is appalling for their race strategy, surely. That McLaren car control reminds me of, as Prime F1 says, lovely stuff indeed. Nigel in the pits. Of course, he's cutting the pits after damage, so Nigel's almost a lap behind, sadly. Here comes the Haas driver of Duke, but Duke there not being able to get through. Marsky's up in the top position. Strong start to Marsky, but then Vessier has somehow repelled that attack. Great defending there from Vessier, as far as we can tell. Now, of course, the two Williamses were not really seeing eye to eye after Japan, were they? But we do love a bit of Needle. The beast is on the prowl, says Sarah Smasham. He absolutely is. There he is in the background. Whilst we've been watching intently the battle for the fourth position, Beast and Mr. Ranger Ball and Farf and now Metronav, Vessier, Marsky have all caught up and now within DRS range as well. Oh, this is going to get good. And look at Delando. He's flying out there. He's on the hard tyres, I remind you. My goodness me. Delando is fired on all cylinders at the moment now, and I hope he is, otherwise his engine will be coughing. A big lock up there into turn 1, and I don't know who that was. Got a lot of lockups there actually into turn 1. Lap 6 out of 29 here, and I'm glad that, goodness me, this race is absolutely action-packed, isn't it? And I'm glad I've taken me tops off now and all that kind of stuff. Don't worry, I'm not topless. If I was, I'll probably knock myself out with my man boobs there. So let's just keep those under wrap then. Camera leads 5/10 of second in front of Nameless in second. Delando in third position, but Delando has a good run now. There he is, and he's going to get past Nameless and move himself up into second position. He's done it. Yes, he's through, past Nameless, and Duke is also past Hings as well, as Hings is down into 7th position. I've also got Metronov and Farf and Usat as well. That's also one of the other RPs. And oh no, and Farf and Metronov has gone into the wall. And oh dear, and Farf is going to be receiving their damage like he got damage in Japan. Now, we didn't see how he got damage in Japan, but that... Maybe I'm not sure. I'll leave that down to you guys in the comments. The top 13 will close up soon, says Serious Mushroom. Do you think that Metron up there potentially should have given away, or was that a bit of a was that Firefair potentially should have backed out? I'll let you guys decide it, because every time I talk about a incident, I'm always wrong. Marsky to a superb 10th position, driver of the day so far for me, but of course, if this is a sprint event, then potentially Farf's in the pits there, and that's unfortunate for Farf. Then just like Riley and Nigel, we got all 20. Oh, and Farf is also a lot. He's very frustrated. Farf is. Remember, Farf as. Remember, Farf, of course, says, Jay, no, his Kiki's off the circuit. Oh, goodness me. Kiki's always had the pace, but it's always been the race trim that has been a problem for Kiki. He is so quick, but unfortunately, it just doesn't go on the race. We didn't see what happened. We was talking about Farf, and unfortunately... that is a big blow indeed. Then Bro says Anwar then. As here comes Beast, who's now been in 6th position there. Delando has taken the lead. As Duke up in 4th position there. As what's happened there? That's when the McLaren's just getting out of the way of Nigel. Nigel's a lap down. It's going to be very difficult to get back in the race from here on in then. But Delando leads then. Camera in 2nd position there. The hard tyres, are they starting to become the preferred race tyre at this stage? Yellow flag then it is. I think it's the McLaren just getting out of the way. Good stuff there. It's Nigel there just trying to get out of the way. And 3-second penalty that's a bit harsh, because Nigel's just trying to get out of the way then. And of course, I've actually cut that corner there to keep it, to try and get out of the DRS range of, I think it was Coop actually, in the 100% there, but I didn't say that. As Delando has lost the lead, as Camaro is retaken the lead, then going down into turn 17. Duke in 4th position, Flippy, Beast is now in 6th position. We've got 3 reserves in the top 6, fantastic. Then we've got Jay Hinks, 7th, Mr. Raging Bull, 8th, Kiki is inside his teammate in 9th position. That's good to speed, team bonded. Marsky in 10th position there, 11th is Vestier with Metron having 12th, and no damage to Metron have. Kian struggling for pace in 13th with R2B in 14th. Reflections in Gordo 15th and 16th. Balance in 17th position, and 4th on the medium tires with Riley and of course Nigel as well then. Goodness gracious me. Damn it, Kiki, says Serious Musher. Now Serious Musher is absolutely hit the roof there. So that is, I'll be concerned if I was Kiki after this race, as his manager is going to be absolutely livid. So the gap is down to 1.3 between the top 3 and the rest of the field. Then yellow flag said, I think it's just for Nigel. Then Nameless takes the lead. Then where's Delando? Delando is still in 2nd position there, and I thought he was going to sail into the side of Nameless. So it just shows how incredibly gifted these drivers are, and it's incredible stuff indeed. Then not Metran's fault. Then the surface was slippery. Says Alvarez. Then of course says Mars has got a 3-second penalty. That's going to be costly there. Then so yes, that's the verdict then in the comments. And Metron then is surface maybe slippery there, which has caused the issue there, which might be a racing incident now, as now we have got Camaro up into 2nd position. There is Delando almost into the back there, as yellow flags as Nigel's out of the race there, and that's a VSC. Where has Nigel got off then? And he's gone off under the bridge there, where Leclerc tried to do a 3-point turn there. I think it reminded me of the Austin Powers meme there, of course, where he got stuck in that hole for Leclerc. Unfortunately for Nigel, out of the race, and a miserable race once again for the former champion there. And that's Nigel's 2nd DNF in the space of 2 races. Into the pits there comes Duke, and got to say, the VSC may have hurt the drivers that got past it. Nameless Camaro and Flippy all didn't come in the pits, nor was Key and Eva, so everyone has come into the pits at this stage then. As you're just watching R2B and Gordo in the pits as well. Bella there's got a 3-second penalty. He's going to be kicked, 10-second penalty. He's going to be kicking himself on that one there, as that might have been a cheap Mr. Raging Bull was getting a 3-second penalty as well. Penalties are raining in now, and these are cheap penalties. Oh, Duke, no! And that's a drive-through penalty for VSC. And also, Duke has lost out to Beast, because Beast is through. Beast is well up the road. So I reckon that Duke tried to time it, went, but then the VSC just didn't go green in time, and unfortunately, that's a drive-through penalty. That is such a shame indeed. Show epic battle between Akian and Metron, and top guys made a mistake there, says Serious Mushroom then, because now they've all got a pit stop window. Sadly we missed that epic battle between Kian and Metron, because the VSC came out and it's ruined our entertainment there. But what does Serious Mushroom mean by that? Because, of course, the amount of time you save by coming in the pits under the VSC is going to be crucial in this race. And the hard tyres can go forever and a day. Of course, that is why we've got Serious Mushroom and why we've got Emmer in the comments. Well, I apologise profusely. Goodness me, I could barely say my own name. As Metron has gone up into 40th position, passes Marsky, who might be a little destabilised after that 3-second penalty. Here comes Favre, out of sync there, because he's got a medium tyres on. Because of that, then he's going to be quicker at this stage of the race. But he needs a safety car to really get himself back into the run. Vestier currently is going to be a group of cars, and Beeson leads this group of cars who have now got new tyres on. Then, so Beeson is potentially the de facto leader. We'll take a look to see how far he is away from the... No, he won't, because there's an issue. What's happened? Metron is in the wall, and unfortunately that's damaged. He's just coming to the pits as well, and unfortunately Metron has had such good... it's out of puncture there. There's a lot of smoke coming off of that tyre. No, he's okay. Might have just been rubbling on the wheel. But unfortunately, that's damage to the RB, and Metron has got so much pace, but has been unable to use it in the races so far this season. It's Metron, bro, and yeah, that is absolutely devastating, isn't it, for RB and for Metron as well. What a shame. So it's been a good night for Kian Eber, even though Kian's up in the 6th position now. But however, a top 5-6 drivers, including Kian, has not pitted yet. Kian is going to Mayran. Sean, thank you. Coming across the line as now as reflections just dropping down the order as well. Camera's in the pits there. Goodness me, this is why I never could be a professional. You see, I can't pronounce anyone's names there. Shocking stuff indeed. Then, but there we go. It's coming across the line. There comes at reflections, and also coming across. To be honest, I could barely say my nephew's name as well because I think his name is Kai. But I kept calling him Kyle to begin with, which isn't very good. But I was very much in my sister's bad books there. Camera Racer coming out in 8th position there, just in front of, just behind Jay Hings. Look at the time that he's lost, though. Camaro has there. Look at that. Then I must say, it's easy. It's easy to look back in rose-tinted glasses. I think that's the saying, isn't it? Hindsight's a wonderful thing. That's what I want to say. But unfortunately, if we had hindsight, then the world would be a much better place. Then maybe into the pits. Metran is now on the soft tires. Then Serious Mushroom's not going to be happy with that decision. But unfortunately for Metran, he needs a safety car now to get himself back into this one. Marsky gone to the medium tires. I think that might be a stretch in the second kick Sauber, unfortunately. Down the back straight, Nameless and Delando. So Serious Mushroom was talking about a mistake there for the top runners, but I wonder if Serious Mushroom also included Delando and Mr. Rage. So hopefully Mushroom will answer my question. Why am I saying that? Because the medium tires probably not going to get any further. They ain't going to get any further because Nameless in the pits. The hard tires will get very far into this Grand Prix, so now they can start to really pull away. However, the only caveat to that is that Ultimate Beast and Co are on fresh hard tires, so potentially maybe what I've just said there is answered my own question, potentially. As you can tell, I have no idea what's going on. Name's coming out of the pits now. Can I get out in front of no, it's with Beast, that's a no. He's also behind Nameless. What about Camaro? Camaro's through as well. Now we've got Kiki. Jay Hings there is also out as well. Kiki, there is Camaro, being now just behind Camaro. And now here comes Jay Hings there. Of course, already the tires are up to temperature and get going then. My grandpa is driving more safely than Metran there. Goodness me. I see a lot of fire in the comments tonight. Fantastic. Keep those comments coming as well. I love the engagement and all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic stuff indeed there. It also keeps my mind from wandering off and talking about Andretti, is of course we don't want to hear that again. Here comes Nameless there, and Nameless on the outside, and now up in the 6th position. He's in de facto second now. What we mean by that is because drivers have not pitted yet. The drivers that haven't pitted there is Delando on the hard tyres, Flippy on the medium, Mr. Rage on the hard tyres as well. Ultimate Beast has pitted, but Reflections hasn't there. So those 4 drivers we are expecting to pit, which means that Ultimate Beast will lead from the back of the grid with Nameless is in there de facto second, but Caro is going to be fighting this one all the way, and there's Reflections. It's going to be a bit of a it's going to hold up these drivers, and if you look at the lap times, Reflections is being caught up here, but at the moment Caro is too far back at the moment, and Jay Hings there just observe it. As you can see, Reflections has also got past Kiki as well. Kiki dropping down into 10th position, sadly, after that mistake earlier on this race, but hats off to Kiki for keeping going. Here's the Duke, and Duke is now into 14th position now. He's gone wide then. R2 Beast, beautiful switcheroo then, up and under, back into 14th position. That's textbook there from R2 Beat. If you're learning to drive, if you're learning to drive, do not watch this, because this is racing, not driving. But if you are learning to race, then of course, well, never mind, because now Duke is back through. But having said that, look at this, an R2 Beat there, great fight in between the 2 drivers, but Duke there is going up the inside then, but I think R2 Beat does have the racing line. Great maneuver, great racing between the 2 drivers as well. I was saying, and of course, if you learn to race against other drivers, and that is, if you want to watch something, that is perfect to watch, because that is great racing between Duke and R2 Beat. Big thumbs up from me, and I think we should put that on our TikTok channel. Up into 9th position goes Kiki, down into 10th goes Vessier, but Vessier is all over the gearbox of Kiki, and Kiki's rain light is flashing, of course that means he's harvested. Vessier's got a 3-second penalty, sadly. Flippy takes the lead, then those medium tyres are still looking strong on the RB though. That's good impressive stuff, but just to say that, he comes into the pits there. So Mr. Rage and Delando is going to carry on. The Beast Cat loses now then, as Beast said is in 4th position. So Delando, Mr. Rage will be on quicker tyres at the end of this race, but I do feel that that's a lot of time they've got to make up because I didn't pit under the VSC. They couldn't really pit under the VSC though, I didn't think, because they wouldn't have been able to get those medium tyres to the end when the VSC was out. So out of the pits now comes Flippy, and who's out in the pits in the background? That's Reflections in the Haas car, coming into the pits now to get rid of those mediums. And look at that, it's a very dangerous pit exit, and Jay Hinks has cut across Flippy and moved himself into 6th position there. Kiki's about a second back at the moment, as we're around half distance in this Grand Prix. Metran is about to smash the track record there, as Metran is of course a very quick pedaler and one lap trim, and he's on soft tyres as well. Sadly though for Metran, he does not want to be smashing the track record. He'd rather be fighting for the podium and the points then, but at the moment that is not going to happen. Right down the back of the field there, Flippy has got past Jay Hinks out, 5 laps younger, hard tyres, and those hard tyres are not taking too long to build up the heat either, because it's so hot around here in Miami then, of course, is that Miami does bring the heat then. Of course, if you've ever watched basketball, it is the Miami Heat, isn't it? Or have I just made that pun really bad? I do not know. R2B, who's now keeping up with keeping up with Duke at the moment. They're 13th, 14th position at the moment. Reflections there is going to go a long way on those medium tyres. Didn't get my first bronze win on TikTok, but I do when I crashed. It goes up. To be fair, actually, serious, but I must admit, I don't do the TikTok stuff anymore. I think that's Luke that's meant to be doing the TikTok, so blame him. He's our TikTok admin guy, so I think you need to have a word with him. But yes, indeed, serious question. When he crashed at F2, we had to make sure we put a TikTok up there because that was fantastic. One of my favourite highlights of Formula 2. Metron's first to last challenge completed. So yes, indeed. Goodness me. Unfortunately, Metron will probably around last to first, which Ultimate Beast is almost doing. He's gone from 19th to 3rd at the moment now, and it's only 10 seconds off the Grand Prix lead now, as R2B is pushing hard as he can to keep himself in DRS range of Duke, but because of that, he's got a penalty. The penalties are not racking in just yet, but we're just over half distance in this one. There is still quite a number of laps to go. On the outside goes Nameless, camera racer. Not able to defend that. DRS is quite powerful in Formula 1 these days. To be honest, I do wish there was a game mode where we could turn off DRS, but I'm not sure if it would make the race. It would probably make the racing a lot worse, wouldn't it? But there you go. But of course, it'd be very, and it's also a shame you can't edit the grid for the race as well. So if any shenanigans happen in qualifying, then you could give Zone a 10-place grid penalty, like I don't know, like we should give Smithy a 10-place grid penalty tomorrow, especially if he finishes second again. Goodness gracious me! Of course, Kick Sauber may not be doing too well in silver, but in bronze, of course, 1-2 last night. I think it's the first last week, the first 1-2 of the season as well, if I'm not very much mistaken for the Kick Sauber. Very strong there, Smithy Almighty. Three championships in a row, the Constructors. Goodness me. That man loves a Constructors trophy, hoping to get the top 3 as well. I think the Smithy has been on the cusp of top 3, hasn't he? Of course, Luke also looking very strong as well in bronze, sadly for me. Very sad for me, to be honest. Because, to be honest, my championship hopes are falling by the wayside, so I'm going to have to really pick up me pace tomorrow night. Luckily, I've got a secret weapon tomorrow night. I'm going to use the ultra soft tyres, which they've used in Monaco back in 2017. But having said that, none of these races are going to do well for ultra softs, because I'll probably be pitting like every 5 or 6 laps. So maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I should go for the super hard tyres. As Camera Racer's got back past Nameless. Kiki has also passed Jay Hinks as well, who's dropped down the order now. Jay Hinks is and struggling for pace at this stage of the proceedings. Red Bull and who are leading the Constructors, but sadly, as we got a yellow flag out there for, I think it's Metran, and it is same place or similar place to earlier on then, as the wing all fine, it looks fine there, but I think that those soft tyres are probably screaming in pain now, sadly. Here is Nameless, last week's race winner, having a sniff, but look at that then, he might be able to get past down to 17 here, as you can see the beautiful Miami sun in the sky. Ahmed then saying that your grandma steers more smoothly than you. So, you want a setup, Sean? Probably. I'm going to be honest, I do need a setup, but because I don't think I think I was in default setup in Bahrain last season, and what setup? I had to get one off the internet last week, but I must admit I was very unprepared in the race last week because I had to work late and I was literally rushing home. And also because I think I got distracted. The reason why I was rushing home because I missed the bus because I wanted some chicken. On board with Duke as we go into turn 1 there. As R2 beating Duke are having a mammoth scrap then. Of course, unfortunately for Duke then, Duke was battling for the upper echelons of the points there. Sadly down in 14th position now. Reflections is fighting. Is very much flying at the moment. Camera Racer has got past... no, Nameless has got past Camera Racer again then, as this battle I think is going to yo-yo around. Remember what we remember, this might become a bit of a tactical battle here, because I had a bit of trap wind there. I apologise, Metron out of the Grand Prix. It's a bit of a shame there for Metron there, because it's just not gone his way, has it? And that is his first DNF of the season there for Metron then, so that's a shame. And out of the Grand Prix, but when you're so far back, it's very difficult, isn't it? You might get lucky and get a safety car, but it's into the pits. Oh, it's a 10-second penalty. Of course, the pitting speed around here, the pit lane line does come up for you quite abruptly. But Mr. Raging Bull on the medium tyres is now, as is Delanda. They're going to be quicker than the hiccup in the last 12 laps, but I think that is a painful mistake there for Mr. Raging Bull, who has done a really good job since coming into silver. Really good stuff indeed there. It's great to see Mr. Raging Bull very much back to where he almost, I wouldn't say he's back to his best, far from it, because remember that incredible pole position back in season 8 of Gold then. I think Mr. Raging Bull is a long way from being at his peak then, but he certainly does have he's certainly getting back to where he needs to be. Maybe a bit of confidence as well. This game is all about confidence, and all about confidence, of course, in the real world of Formula 1 and on this game as well. And sometimes if you lack confidence there, it's just a downward spiral. I'm not saying that Mr. Raging Bull lacks confidence. I don't think that for any stretch of imagination. I just think he's on a downward spiral and with a little bit of bad form after last season then. But back on it now. But unfortunately, a 10-second penalty, that's going to really hurt him later on this race, sadly, because he ain't going to pit again unless there's a safety car, and even then, that's still a question mark. Kian struggling too. He absolutely is, Kian. It's down in 15th position there. I was going to float the idea around, is Kian struggling because of the lack of practice, the lack of preparation time there for the Silver Championship leader? This is going to be the first time that at the moment, unless something major happens in the last 10 laps or so, this will be the first race where Kian will not be on the podium in silver. Which I must say, I was not predicting that at the start of this race there, but I must admit I don't predict a lot here at ALR anymore because I'm always wrong. Ultimate Beast, 3.5 seconds away. I wasn't also predicting Ultimate Beast to win this race either, especially from 19th on the grid. 2 retirements there. Metran and Nigel both out of the Grand Prix at the moment there. Ultimate Beast leads by 3.5 seconds there, but then it's anyone's ball game behind then. Nameless, who's driving superbly well, taking the form that you had from Japan a week ago and bringing it into Miami. Brilliant driving. Camera whole position there is now in third position, and Flippy doing a great job. Flippy is that, goodness gracious me. I'm not sure if because Justify is not racing here tonight. There's I was reading that potentially Justify may have given up his seat, but I'm not sure if that's been confirmed or not. But maybe Flippy might be in prime position there to take over that RPC potentially. But of course that remains to be seen there. That may be half the press then, but I do not know, because I only read the message last night, I believe it was, before I was getting ready for Gold. As you can tell, I'm not really on Discord a lot, to be fair, which I probably should be more, to be honest. But what I need to do is change the Discord notification, because I think I need to change it to something a bit more happier then. Metran then, some guys forget driving, unbelievable. So Metran, not happy at all. We only seen, did we see the incident there? We seen, I think it was the Farf incident, wasn't it? Where Farf and Metran had issues. And of course, we also seen, I think Metran had an issue in Sector 1 as well. So I think that that's where Metran is talking about the incident there on the back straight between himself and Farf. So that probably will be investigated after the race then. So the stewards of Smithy and Co is going to have to really get their pencils out now and potentially start to review some cases there, unfortunately. Well, here's Flippy at the moment. There we are. Oh, my word, I thought that was going to be... That was definitely a bit of a sniff there, wasn't it? From Flippy, who's in 4th position at the moment. Kiki, 3 seconds back there. Kiki, a very strong recovery drive here, actually. Very good stuff indeed. Then there's once again Nameless and Camera going to swap positions there. And these guys are probably going to swap positions right to the end of this Grand Prix. And I think Flippy is just going to sit there and just enjoy the battle. He's got a lovely ringside seat then, as Delando moves himself up into 6th position now. Mr. Rage and Delando are going to be the drivers that are going to be cutting their way through the field on those medium tyres. The gap is 3 seconds between Kiki and Flippy, and so potentially 2nd position on the board. I don't think a win's going to be on the board now for Delando. That VSC may have cost Delando potentially here tonight, but which is a shame because Delando could have been the second time winner this season. If Ultimate Beast wins, and that means that would be as Flippy's up the inside and going for it. There's contact between the 2 cars, and Flippy has made contact with Camaro, and goodness me, we only caught the end of that then. Should Flippy have backed out of that one potentially? Was that door always going to close? I'm not sure, but whatever the case may be, Camaro has unfortunately got involved in some shenanigans. That is going to help Delando in his quest for 2nd position, but I think the Camaro is going to be seething in that cockpit, I feel. Oh my word then. Serious Mushroom is Delando is not going to be catching beats and he's 4 seconds up the road now, but I think the action is now all behind him. On board with Delando on those medium tires. Just look at this, the car is absolutely planted the Duke. Oh no, and he's off the circuit. It's all big. And Kiki's also off as well. What's happened here? And Kiki's off the circuit. My word, then we was having a bit of a relaxing part of the race then. Now all of a sudden it's really kicked off again. Then it's Mr. Raging Bull all over the back of Professor. Oh my word, goodness gracious! We try to recreate Center Mansell in Spain '91, but Mr. Rage up into 7th position now. Flip-flops, I can't even say it. Flip-flop fish. Seashells on the seashore. Kiki's got a 3-second penalty. Frustration there for Kiki because he was having a great recovery drive as well, but unfortunately Serious Mushroom was saying how well Kiki was doing. By the way, that's a lie. Serious Mushroom didn't say that at all. I'm just stirring the pot. It's Nameless now up in down into 3rd position now. Flippy up in 2nd position. It's a great drive from Flippy. Great stuff indeed there. I give up on Key then. Serious Mushroom is absolutely livid there. Of course, I have a feeling that Serious Mushroom is really going to... Oh, locking up the inside tyre there for Flippy. Serious Mushroom there, who's the manager for Kiki. I think that there is going to be some stern words there after this race. I'm sure of it, unfortunately, for Kiki. But once again, Kiki does have the pace there. He's absolutely electric, but unfortunately... I'm not sure if that was a mistake from Kiki or if there was issues and maybe contact potentially for Kiki. But unfortunately, down into 9th position now. Gordo's made his way up to 10th position. Whilst I've been waffling on, some drivers have really been starting to make hay whilst the sun is shining, and the sun is shining absolutely splendidly here in Miami then. Even with the fake marina, which I think is around here, isn't it? Good stuff indeed. As Jay Hings has lost out because Mr. Raging Bull is now firing on all cylinders in the Mercedes car up into 6th position. We're on board with 5th place. Delando, who's has not got past Camaro yet. Then it's the medium tires already going up. Goodness gracious me! I thought that as Marsky getting pounced as well. Sadly, Marsky, the bronze runner-up. Then it's just not been a good season so far for Marsky. It is a shortened season now. We have another 2 mystery races then, but they are not until the latter stage of the season then, which will be round 13 and 14 then, as a big lock-up again there for Delando. So that the next race is actually going to be a race which was not on the calendar last season, which was... Flippy's Catch and Beast. He absolutely is there. Good eyes there, Serious Mushroom. My goodness me. Good eyes even at your age, my good sir. Kian there is now up into 11th position. Can Kian get in the points there? Goodness me. Now this was certainly, I think that we were saying that Kian was struggling there, but he potentially might be able to salvage a point in what has been quite a miserable race from Kian's point of view. Just in terms of the pace and that Red Bull, he's just not got the pace, has he? Now he's all over the back of Gordon. Gordo's doing a lot of harvesting. He's not now. It's Sarah's rushing. Sarah's rushing. I'm playing with our senses there. It's like we're on board again. And yeah, just say then Portugal will be the next race on the calendar. Camera Racer has lost out as Delando's through. We're going to keep an eye on this battle here because this battle is quite has got quite relevant for the championship there. Kian at this moment, I think will lose the championship lead as it stands. But now Reflections is through past Riley and also come through as well as R2B. Goodness gracious me, we've got a gaggle of cars here. And now then here comes R2B. Now up into 13th position, made that 12th bed, lock it up and almost into, I thought it was going into the side of that Red Bull. But R2B now up into 12th position. Good stuff indeed. And now just on the back of Kian. Kian needs to get this pass done ASAP. I think after this pass, so there's no hope of getting 10th, getting anywhere higher than 9th, I would say. There's a 12-second gap then after Gordo, which is Kiki, Vessier and Cullen. There are penalties. I will take a look at the penalties in just a jiffy as well. I sense it. I sense that Smithfield Whitey is going to give me a ring in just a few moments, as he would like to know what the driver of the day there. Well, I would say Ultimate Beast there, but of course we do not do reserve drivers, as I well know after Serious Basham, after we get the driver of the day award to a reserve driver instead of Serious Basham in that incredible British Grand Prix a few years ago. Shameful behaviour indeed. Then, of course, what made it worse is I even blamed Smithy as well. Of course, shameful, isn't it? Really. See, we're just watching Mr. Raging Bull now all over the back of his team. This is a great race out from Mr. Raging Bull. Driver of the day vote. This is in. Nameless Dylan, Vestier, and Gorda. Get your votes in. I gotta say that's a very difficult driver of the day vote. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea who I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna wait. To be honest, I'm gonna wait until later on in this race. Don't start. So, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I've had too much monster. I'm on the banter bus. On board with Ultimate Beast said, no yet. We're on board with Mr. Rage said, who's got a 3-second penalty at the moment. There are the start. That's the position changes there from the start. Beast from 19th to 19th to 1st. Here's Mr. Raging Bull. Great drive from Mr. Raging Bull as locking up the inside tyre. Nameless down one position. Flippy up 4 position. Flippy, goodness me, I reckon he's going to put his hat in the ring then potentially for maybe a drive in silver in the not too distant future. Great driving indeed then. We've also got Kiki down 6 position. Mistakes there. R2B also going up 4 positions as well, and Kian up 3, which has been good stuff indeed then. Just in someone, and that's R2B has lost out. Goodness gracious me. Gordo struggling out there now. Now here comes Reflections through, and Reflections through, and Gordo's had enough. He's in the pits there, and someone else just flashed past me in the pits. So I think it's the Duke who's also in the second half. Remember, Duke also had a lot of pace as well. Reflections into 12th position, no, the Duke is not in the pits. I'm talking absolute boulder dash. There is Riley in the pits now, just 5 laps to go. Surprised he didn't think about the soft tyres then, potentially. Flippy maybe under a bit of pressure here. 13 seconds, and that is the penalty for Mr. Race. That 10-second penalty for overshooting and coming into the pits. So that's going to be costly, sadly, for Mr. Raging Bull. And I think that is why he would have been my candidate for driver of the day. But Smithfield Mighty's having none of that. Unfortunately, that mistake is, much as it's a minor mistake there, is going to cost Mr. Raging Bull absolutely a lot of position in this race there. And that's why Smithfield Mighty has not given Mr. Rage a shout out for driver of the day, sadly. I am right, isn't I? Am I just talking absolute? No, yeah, I am right then. Yeah, so otherwise I would have put Mr. Raging Bull in that drive of the day there. Kiki is through and up into 8th position there. Vessier is fading, unfortunately. Dropping down to 9th position there, but there is no action between the Williams tonight, and it's unfortunately the second Williams of Favre, who is having an almighty scrap with Riley. Goodness gracious me. And oh my goodness me, as Favre's got a 3-second penalty, there's contact there, and Favre trying to force his way through into that tight chicane, and how have they got through side by side is beyond me. Yellow flag for one of the Haas cars. There's Reflections off at the back end of the straight there. I think it's too late for a safety car now. I don't think the safety cars are going to come out now. So I think it's going to be green flag race until the very end. Riley up the inside then. Is Favre going to go up and under? Favre is going to try and go up and under, but he hasn't got the tools for the job, sadly. And Riley has taken 14th position there. But you can never count out Favre. He's a very much a he's a man that never gives up there. Mr. Raging Bull has got past Delando and moved himself up into fourth position there. That's great. We didn't see that on screen there, sadly, but Mr. Raging Bull doing a great job then, and we got more action there. Goodness me, as coming to the end of this Grand Prix, it's been a bit of a lull in the mid part of this race there, but for my word then, went from Nameless too quick, too hard to pick. I think that's one of the most difficult driver of the day votes we have had, haven't we? I haven't picked one yet. I don't think I'm allowed to pick one either, am I? But there you go. I'm not a stickler for the rules, so I'll pick, but I'll pick when the admins don't know. Ultimate Beast, 4 seconds up the road. Flippy second. Third is Nameless. We've got a 13-second gap there. I'm surprised. Is Delando strong with these medium tyres, potentially? I think he is, because Delando has lost a lot of pace all of a sudden. Mr. Raging Bull is flying. Camera Racer could have a sniff back at that position of 5th position, you know. Jay Hinks, followed by Vesser, followed by Kiki. We've got a good old battle here. Key is now all on his lonesome, and I don't think Kean's going to be too disappointed by that whatsoever. And here's Farfed. Farf is a man who always brings the action. I've got that song stuck in my head from Will.i.am and Britney Spears. I'm not sure if Farf looks like Will.i.am or Britney Spears. I think he very much looks more like Britney Spears. We're on board now with Farf, all over the gearbox of Riley. I don't think that Farf is going to be in a very good mood after this race, and nor is Metrad either. Then, as both of them have come to blows, and I have a feeling that incident is probably going to have both drivers really having a spat, I think, at the end of this one. So it's going to be, to be honest, I must admit, I don't really know how to call it, to be fair. As Mr. Raging Bull, that's 16 seconds now. I think there might be frustration coming out to the Mercedes driver, as Flippy is now behind Nameless, and Nameless doing a great job then. To be honest, I don't want to rubble in then, but if Ultimate Beast was a racer tonight, Nameless would be going for his second Grand Prix win of the season then, which is pretty fine stuff indeed there for Ultimate Beast. So I know it's not going to be lost on on Nameless there, but Nameless driving a superb racer. I think that really he didn't have no points after the first 2 rounds, and now all of a sudden Japan and onwards, even though it's only Japan in this race, absolutely mega stuff indeed there. So, potentially, Serious Mushroom might be right there. Let's put Nameless for driver today, potentially. No, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to wait till the very end. Hopefully, Smith doesn't close the vote, because I think it was Farf actually that closed the vote last year when I was trying to vote for Bronze still. Jay Hinks almost into the back then of Vessia. Goodness gracious me, getting very close to the back there. Vessia does have penalties. Jay Hinks does not, and Jay Hinks a very clean and precise customer in a Grand Prix racing. Jay Hinks is there, and Jay Hinks, one of the drivers for me that will certainly be very much there or thereabouts for championship contendership. Unfortunately, though, it's been a bad day for Red Bull. I don't think Red Bull are going to lose the lead in the Constructors' Championship, because I think it's still fine and dandy. Lap 28 out of 29 here. Ultimate Beast said it's starting to cruise, as we got Delando, who is in 5th position there. I think he might just follow home, as Kiki has gone past Jay Hinks, now in 8th position. Jay Hinks not going to be too concerned. Now we've got soft runners out there for Farf, Marsky, Gordo, and Ballant, I should say. And so they're all going for a fastest lap there. 2 retirements, Nigel out the race, and Metranab out of the race, sadly. R2 beat there, stamping on that brake pedal, and just about making the corner. And both drivers done 19 laps on those hard tyres. Goodness gracious me. I don't think that they're going to pass an MOT. Here's Beast coming across the line. But after that, it's anyone's ball game, because here's Flippy, here's Nameless there. Fight him tooth and nail for that for that podium spot. And I've even forgotten about Nameless, who's got a 3-second penalty, and that could actually allow Delando up into 3rd position and on the podium there. So Delando, brilliant driving indeed then. And remember, Delando, I feel that VSC may have cost Delando the Grand Prix win. I may be thinking that. Let's go Silver. Sorry I'm late. Knowles is saying shameful behaviour, Knowles. Absolutely disgraceful. We've just got Flippy in 3rd position there. So as just watching Nameless, who's currently 2nd at the moment, but has a 3-second penalty. We have got Flippy in 3rd. So Flippy will move up to 2nd, whereas Delando will move up into 3rd position now. Great driving indeed there for Delando, and potentially actually, I might vote for Delando, you know, as Delando has got 57% of the vote, with Nameless on 43%. Goodness gracious me, it's very close, isn't it, there in the driver's day. 3 license points, says Serious Russian. Absolutely. Of course, if you're late, you do get 3 license points there, so that is going very much on Alex's license. I don't think Knowles has ever had license points, you know, which which I'm quite astounded by, especially some of his driving, absolutely disgraceful. Right, anyway, come on, out of the final turn, goodness me. Right, out of the final turn, Ultimate Beast there wins the Miami Grand Prix, and I gotta say, that's a textbook Grand Prix for Ultimate Beast, and with Flippy in second position. What a drive from Flippy, and I must say, let me take a look to see if Flippy's ever raced before, because I am very intrigued by that young man. Yes, he has not. He has raced before. He's raced twice then and got his best result of fifth position. This is his first time on the podium for Flippy, and what a performance indeed. Delando on the podium for the second time in 3 races there for Delando, and my goodness me, that is the consistency you need in such a short season as well. Nameless down in fourth, that penalty has cost him. Cameron in fifth with Hings in sixth, with Kiki Vessier, Mr. Raging Bull ninth again, sadly for Mr. Raging Bull, and Kean, the championship leader, down in 10th position, just did not have the pace. Riley is trying to get that fastest lap. He's trying to get that fastest lap then. It's just coming across. I apologise, though. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I've been on the banter bus all night. I've been throwing jabs at Smithy, you, Sarah's Mushroom, Farf. Goodness gracious me, Kiki. Farf has set the fast lap race after what has been a nightmare race once again for Farf. I must say that the last 2 season and a half for Farf in silver has been it's been difficult indeed then, but we're not going to talk about Farf now, because Farf always gets a lot of attention. We've got to talk about Beast there, because he has been a beast, hasn't he? And driver of the day from the game's point of view, and I have absolutely no quarrel about that. That is Ultimate Beast's 16th Grand Prix win of his career. Of course, world champion from last season as well was Ultimate Beast. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there, with Flippy doing a great job. Oh, look at that. I love that. I want that cape. Oh, and yes, he was superhuman today, wasn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed. Flippy second, and Delando in third position now. And I must say, I think that Kian is going to be very concerned about Delando's pace there, because Delando, in the 3 out of the 4 races that he's raced in so far for Delando, he has scored some very good points there, hasn't he? So I do think that Delando is a major factor in this championship, which is probably obvious, isn't it? Especially as a former Grand Prix winner in silver, and potentially should have and could have won a silver championship by now as well for Delando. But a great performance indeed there for Delando. I've gone to the race director. As with Ultimate Beast as well, 16th Grand Prix win of the season. Final classification, and Ultimate Beast is 16th race win of his career. Flippy, great drive. His 3rd Grand Prix start tonight, and getting his first podium. His last best race was actually 5th. Delando in 3rd, with Nameless in 4th position. A 3-second penalty may have cost him. Camera Racer, Jay Hings, Kiki Vessier, Mr. Raging Bull, and Kian there. That completes the point scoring position there, with Duke R2 beat with followed by Reflections, Lewis Riley, Farf getting fast up with Marsky, Gordo, and Ballant. Retirement is Metran and Nigel all out of the Grand Prix here in Miami. Right, let me see if I can get this old interview. Oh yes, I must say I'm absolutely a whiz at this old IT stuff, and I'm fantastic. Right, let me make sure I haven't got anyone on mute today, because that was a bit silly last night, wasn't it? Beast, that's your 16th Grand Prix win of your career, and you've come from the back of the field basically right up to take the Grand Prix win today. I got to say, it looked quite easy, but do I say that the VSC helped you in that race?
Quick answer, 100%.
I've got to be honest, I'm quite happy with that, because that makes it sound like I know what I'm talking about. But before that VSC came out, did you feel that you had a chance of a win, or did you think that was probably a bit too optimistic?
Well, the top 3 guys was miles ahead of that other bunch. So I think podium was out of the reach at that point, and then I don't know what happened. They either collided or whatever and slowed down really, really a lot. And then we caught them up. I think it was like a 6-car fight or something. And then the safety car came out, not safety car, VSC. And then so yeah, I'm not too sure what would have happened really, honestly.
So it's like playing Mystic Meg, isn't it? Anything could happen, couldn't it? But then after that, when you came out the pits, did you when you came out the pits, did you realise what the situation was? And you knew about the drivers that didn't pit in front of you. Was you quite laid back at that stage, or was you still concerned about potentially getting involved in some mishaps as you was coming through the field with drivers not stopping yet?
Yeah, I was okay. I got past reflection. Um, then I just drove my own race. If Dylan catch me up later on, he would have deserved the race, obviously. But he stayed out quite much later than I thought he would. Um, but yeah, that's just that way it goes.
And uh, and of course, towards the end as well, then, was you concerned about Delando and Mr. Raging Bull's pace on the medium tyres then when they came in the pits, or did you feel you had a good enough advantage then to not worry about the medium runners coming back at you?
I was worried about Dylan, to be honest, out of probably most of them, because obviously fresh mediums versus pretty old hards is a big advantage. But I think he might have. I think he either struggled to get through the pack or something. I'm not too sure. Um, but at least he got a podium.
And of course, this sadly you're not involved in the championship fight this year, but I must say that driving through the field absolutely splendidly well tonight. Then, how do you feel about not being involved in the championship as such, but it's more of an exhibition race? Do you feel like that you drive better with no pressure on, or do you feel like that you lack the cutting edge because you haven't got the stakes on the line, so to speak, compared to last season?
Certainly towards the end of this last season, I think my pace was definitely hurt because of the pressure. Um, but I'm more focused on my setup other than anything at the moment because I need to get past 19 other drivers, not past, I don't know, four drivers if I start P4 or something. So it's just managing the race, going through everyone, one car at a time, and then hope for a VSC, hey?
Definitely, and that VSC was very much happy. But I would say one at a time. My goodness me, on lap three, I think we noticed you was up into 10th position then. My word, what? Talk us about the opening lap if you can then, and just how difficult or easy was it to avoid all the carnage in the first couple of laps then? Because my goodness me, you almost passed half the field in 3 laps.
It did seem like that. When I was talking to Kiki, I told Kiki I was in P10, he said, wow. So I'm not sure how I did it. I never know how, to be honest. Like I said, I literally didn't pretty much overtake anyone in turn one, I don't think. They all went wide. I went did a little switch back on them. Yeah, just wait for people to make them mistakes and then just go through. Just best thing to do, I think.
And finally, who do you think is going to be champion for this? Who's going to be your successor for the championship this season? Of course, so from just looking in, who do you think then has got the best opportunity to take your crown?
Uh, Kian, Nameless, or Dylan?
I like that, straight to the point. Well done, B, saying great job on your 16th Grand Prix win of your career in silver. Fantastic stuff indeed there.
Thank you, thank you.
Lovely stuff. Flippy, great result to second today, and oh, goodness me, I sold you short in the race then because I forgot that you raced in 2 hour races before, so shame on me. But what a result today to get second position. And of course, first of all, then, how did you find the opening stage of that race then? Because it was absolutely manic to begin with.
I was just trying to like manage my tires because I thought I was gonna go long either way if there wasn't a clear sea or anything. So I was just trying to like stay off trouble and manage my tires, not to get any damage and yeah, not spin. Just stay in the pack and battle later. That's basically what I was doing at the start.
Yeah, and it certainly did because I think that you was probably enjoying that. You had like a front row seat of the action in front of you, and of course you was managing your tires. But when that VSC came out, that kind of threw a spanner in the works. Then did that help or hinder you?
I don't know. It was kind of a mix because it forces other drivers to box early, which gave me the overcut, of course. But I feel like if I boxed, then I would have maybe had a better chance for the win. But when the VSC came out, I was like past the safety car line, so I saw two drivers cutting the line, but I thought I wasn't going to risk it for a penalty, so I just went straight on.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And similar to Hamilton and Alonso back in Valencia, maybe the other way around actually. So that was unfortunate. But of course, you had no preparation for this race either tonight. Of course, being a reserve, that might actually be potentially like a standard thing then. But when you was prepping for the race and you didn't know what the race was right up until where you went to the lobby, how difficult was that to prepare for yourself?
I was just doing some like Bahrain laps, Miami laps before, and I thought I just did Miami because it was my worst track, so it ended up paying off. But yeah, I was hoping for Bahrain, and it got to Miami, and I was kind of happy because I did some prep for it. But yeah, I pretty enjoyed this way of racing, like unknown tracks, just free tracks, and you just kind of can't prep for it. It's just raw like pace, I guess.
And probably going against your instincts when you said that you would try to look after your tyres. There was a great battle between Camaro and Nameless just in front of you. Was you tempted to maybe have a bit of a sniff there on the inside of one of those drivers when they was on the back? And of course, there was contact in the hairpin as well. We'll talk about that in a minute. But of course, you was trying to stay back and just watch them fight for it. How difficult was it to go against your racer instincts just to stay back?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like tempting, but I think when I caught up to the two drivers ahead, I think it was a Aston and a Mercedes. I was just trying to recharge my battery to like go on the attack again, because at that point I was looking for the win, so I was just trying to charge a battery and manage to tie for like 4 laps and then just go on a charge again.
And of course, I believe that I'm sure that you made contact with the Mercedes into the hairpin. Did he turn in on you, or was that a misjudgment of a braking zone there? What happened into that hairpin? If it was you,
Um, yeah, I was trying to go for the outside line on the Aston, who was in second on the train at that point, and then I think he just closed the door like really late, like I think a couple 100 meters before the breaking point, and I just had to like move to the inside line like really quickly, and you just misjudged my breaking point.
and I love a bit of controversy, so sorry for putting you on the spot there. The admins are shaking their
That's
head
fine.
already. I feel that. And of course, in the end, it was second today. Since you stepped foot in that RB, you absolutely looked like at home. You was electric in today's race. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Then, maybe, do you feel like you can get a seat later on down the line in silver? And would you rather have a seat sooner rather than later, so you could potentially challenge for a championship and promotion, or would you rather have a full campaign next season?
I don't mind. I just want to race in this league. I pretty enjoy racing in this league. So just reserve, main seat. Doesn't really matter. I just love racing here. The racing is fun here. But yeah, I would like a full-time seat if I can, so I can just drive every week's race without like worrying about having a seat or not.
Really good stuff today, Flippy. Great result as well. And your first podium and only your third race. Fantastic stuff indeed. And Smithy, I'll put you on the spot there. And then let's come to
Thanks.
Delando. What a result today, Dylan. There, I've got to say then that just like Flippy, potentially went across the safety car line at the worst time, which you was unable to box. Then that I think might be the crucial part of the race today. Would you agree with that?
I disagree. I think it's because of the medium and the hards. I was on the hards. I like what you call the VSE come at the wrong time in terms of a pit window, not in terms of a time. It's more of a pit window in that kind of way. Because if I go on the mediums at that on lap 8, I would have gone for a two stop till either go on to another mediums or softs. So it's more a pit window for my point of view on the
Well, that's
strategy.
sorry. Apologies there, Dylan. I kind of cut you up there, didn't I? Shocking stuff indeed. It's like going back to our bronze
No,
days, isn't
I
it?
think I finished.
Oh,
Go.
that's cool. After what I did to you in bronze a couple of years ago, when I almost took you out when I was your teammate. But let's not go down that road.
Oh, no, let's end the
Um,
bear.
of course, after that though, of course, it was a very tense affair after that race. And when you was very much in a battle with drivers on different strategies. I think it was only you and Mr. Rager Ball going on the hard tires, and everywhere. Then there's a couple of
Mm.
drivers. Then it was very much floating in and out. Then also that came with you. How was it difficult to think about potentially just I got to get some points here, or was you only thinking about the win? Because I'm going to say I'm putting you right back in that championship fight then, because you've been so consistent this season. But are you thinking about the championship right now, or is this just a race win? You want to go for race wins?
Uh, I'm thinking more of a championship at the moment because like I had to be more consistent. Like what you call it, first season of silver. Like too eager. Like want to get the race wins. But in terms of a championship, need to be consistent from the start. So either podiums or race wins. It kind of like happy days. But it's like with this race altogether, I'm thinking more of a podium because of VSC as I say it's like not good at the time, but it's like get a podium or a top five finish at the very least, to be quite frankly.
And was you able to like have a look to see where Kian was? And because Kian had a horrific day today. Apologies, Kian. He's also raised his head, best race ever. I think that's a bit of sarcasm there for Kian. With Kian struggling down the mid pack there, and only getting a point today.
Mhm.
Can you take the eye off your ball and have a look to see what Kian's doing, or can't you do that in these races?
No, you can't. It's like focus on my own race. To be fair, I not rely on Keane. Let's say making a mistake. I have to focus on my job. Simple as. Like it's similar to what thinking last time in silver with me and battle with me and Max. It's like focus on myself rather than focus on any other. So pretty much it.
And of course, this was a very interesting race day for the first time ever in silver history. We had a bit of a wheel spinning kind of thing where we had a random track then. I feel that it did make the race a bit more exciting, but as a driver, what did you make of this? I must say, it didn't look like it didn't impact you at all then, because you've been so consistent so far this season with podiums and a fifth position and another podium today.
Mm.
What did you make of this? Do you feel that this was playing to your strengths or potentially to your weaknesses?
I did what you call it, do mystery races before, so I pretty much well used to it. To be fair, like the uncertainty, but pretty much up for a task. And with Miami, I don't mind it because Elisa Chella is not in the this race. To be fair, because I never raced Chella on this game before, so thankfully it's Miami. So that's pretty much it.
And you're on a really good wave of momentum right now. Then I'm not going to, about my predictions; they go wrong, so I'm not going to say anything. But we're going to Portugal in a week's time. Then Portugal was not on the calendar last year. How are you feeling in Portugal? Of course, you might be able to get some practice in now. But you confident around that circuit? It can be very difficult to overtake around there, though.
It is. You're right in saying that it's very difficult to overtake. In saying that, only proper overtake is going on the main straight, realistically. But it's so easy to spin the car around. Like I did race in Portugal before, so it's so easy to spin the car. Like turn four and turn eight, I think it was the uphill runs. So that's just it.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Delano. Great job as well to get a podium today. Sorry, I apologise. Something flicked up on my laptop before I broke the stream. Well done, Delano. Great job today to finish on the podium.
Yep.
Flippy getting his first podium of his career as well. An Ultimate Beast with his 16th Grand Prix winner of his career. Goodness gracious me. That is going to be it then for Silver tonight. We got another random race, which will be tomorrow. And to be honest, I kind of hope it's Bahrain then. But of course, we will not know until about 5 minutes before the race, which is shameful stuff. So yeah, that's going to go badly for me. Thank you very much to the drivers tonight. It's been an absolutely superb race, a great race indeed. Then we'll see you tomorrow night with Alex is going to take us through the bronze championship. At the moment, Luke is looking very good, and so is the second kick Sauber of Smith and White. The first 1-2 of the season. They're going to get a second one in quick succession. You'll have to find out tomorrow, as we're going to be racing in either Jeddah, either Bahrain, or in Miami again. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.